personal products that perform. I am your host, Patricia Garb, and with me today is the radiant and most sophisticated Winsome Witter. Winsome will be talking to us on the book Welcome to Greatness. Now, she's the founder of the Serenity Consulting Administrative Services. She's also the president of the Maypen Chamber of Commerce, and she's also a member of the Ignite 4.0. Winsome, a warm welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Patricia. It's a pleasure to be here.
Indeed, Winsome. Might you tell us all about this book, Welcome to Greatness? I'm fascinated by it.
I wish we had enough time for me to go deeper into the book. But Welcome to Greatness was written by Alex Ihama, internationally acclaimed inspirational speaker and life coach, founder and president of the International School of Greatness. So the book is about Alex Ihama's story of personal transformation, and it's also a roadmap for those who are on that journey en route to fulfillment. I will be speaking to you today on chapter 3 of the book, which falls in the first of 3 phases. The first phase being that of self-discovery, and chapter 3 speaks to absolute power.
Absolute power. Wow, that sounds very interesting. But of the 14 chapters, why chapter 3, the absolute power?
Absolute power resonates with me because of my story. I had gotten to a point in my life where I literally had a one-on-one with God. God, I do not understand why all of this. This doesn't make sense. I feel like I'm in a vacuum. I'm existing and not really living. What is my purpose for being here? And so absolute power answers that question brilliantly. What it teaches us is that we were in fact created for a purpose. And not only that, we were blessed with the potentials to fulfill that purpose. And in the same chapter, Alex Ihama illustrates that to welcome greatness into our lives, we need to let go of this notion of self-reliance and depend on faith in God. Believing when it's beyond the power of reason to believe, according to Voltaire. I got to that point where I chose to believe that there was more to life than what I was experiencing at that time. And so, chapter 3 also indicates that we have to believe in ourselves, but in addition to that, we must believe in others. And even more important is to believe in God, who is the ultimate source of power and the supplier of absolute power, which He graciously gives to everyone else through each other. So, greatness is less about our individual abilities to make things happen and more about our willingness to accept and to work with others to make things happen.
Oh, that's very fascinating and interesting, Winsome. I'm so happy that I have you here today to share it with others. This is something that I know that we can take ourselves and put into that aspect of life so that, this kind of greatness can come out, as it were.
And it continues. So in addition to that, to tap into absolute power requires humility. We have to be humble enough to acknowledge that we have to put aside self-sufficiency because it has its limitations. We have to be humble enough to recognize that the task that we have to carry on is too huge for us to take on by ourselves. Mm-hmm. And in order for us to move to fulfillment, we need others to go along with us. And so it is important that we tap into this absolute power, which is the power within you, the power within me, the power from God. The great leaders before our time did just that. The Martin Luther King Jr., the Nelson Mandela, Marcus Garvey, all of them tapped into that power, because none of them, none of us can achieve greatness on our own. We have to recognize that we need each other to survive. And so that is why this concept of absolute power resonates with me, because I believe that for us to move forward personally, professionally, spiritually, as a country, as businesses, we need to recognize that we cannot do it by ourselves and we need each other. So I implore your viewers to leverage that source of absolute power as we take this journey en route to fulfillment. I thank you so much for allowing me to share with you. It has been a pleasure. Have an absolutely powerful day.
Well, Winsome, it's a pleasure having you here today, definitely. And I'm sure that Kaluga Live will find it a great pleasure to know where they can locate this book and how they can get a read out of all of this empowerment. Humility is the key, as you stated, and that we also need that empowerment of each other as well as the Father above. So you can tell them, where do we get this empowerment?
Welcome to Greatness is available through various sources. You can get it from Amazon in paperback or hardcover. I have e-copy, so you can get it on your Kindle and different versions. But to share with your viewers that Ignite 4.0, this first cohort of the International School of Greatness offerings here in Jamaica, will be launched in November of this year, 2019. And we'll also be putting out a magazine, so look out for that, with all the coaches, myself and others, where we will be your local go-to person based on your story, of course, where we can assist you on your journey en route to fulfillment.
Well, Winsome, I want to thank you for sharing with us today all of that information. We're fully empowered, and I'm sure that many would be looking out for that. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in to another episode of Kaluga Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Patricia Gary.